Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Mr. Fleming here to say welcome back to learning, and I hope you've had as good of a break as you can. And I know it's going to be a little bit of a transition, going back to school after almost 4 weeks, and also, everything's kind of changed here. Obviously, I'm not in front of you in class. I'm talking to you through video. So there's a lot of adjustment for both you and I. But the most important thing is to make sure that you're doing okay, that you're taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, and that I'm here to support you, to help you, and to get the learning that you can get out of this given the situation. There are challenges, right? I mean, obviously just working through this platform is different. The good news is that I have been doing my master's in educational technology, and I teach computers, and so this shouldn't be too big of a challenge for me, but I know for you, this is going to be it's fundamentally different than probably how you've learned before, and so we're just going to have to make the best of it. And I understand, that some of us might have technology challenges, time challenges, all these other things that are going on in your life, and maybe this isn't going to be your focus, and I completely understand, okay? So just keep the lines of communication open with me, and we can work things out. You can hear my kids in the background, right? That's what's going to be happening a lot of the time. Now, one good thing is you guys have all experienced an LMS, and that is a learning management system, and that is Edmodo. I'm going to move away from Edmodo. Teams, to my surprise, seems to be as good as, in some ways better than Edmodo. There's some differences. Since we did the first assignment, you're learning about those differences, and I'm learning about them as well. So as we go through, the first couple weeks, things are going to be sort of, testing the waters, see how it goes. They'll be learning on both sides. All I ask for you is your patience, and for you guys to be reasonable and, act mature on this platform, because it isn't, Snapchat, it isn't, whatever else you're using. Friendster, anybody use Friendster still? MySpace, no, okay, right? You don't, it's a different platform, and we just have to learn how to behave in that platform. Now, in terms of learning overall, you're looking probably, teachers have been told an hour to an hour and a half a week. So you're looking at 8 to 12 hours of learning. And I highly suggest that you schedule some time. You put an hour and a half, sort of if you're looking over 5 days, right? 12 hours, let's say, you're looking at maybe, an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours a day that you should sort of schedule into your time. So I would set aside a bit of time. Keeping a little bit of a schedule is going to help you out. I mean, the easiest thing to do is just let things slide, and, as a student, right, if I don't have a schedule, if I don't have to have things done at a certain time, it can be a bit of a challenge to get things done. So I'm asking you to try to create a bit of a schedule. If you need some help or need some advice, let me know, and I can do my best to sort of help you out. Because I've learned as a student as well during my master's recently, it's not always easy to say, hey, I got to get this done, and set aside that time. So if you want some advice or you need some help doing that, let me know, and I can try to help you out as best I can. But I would highly take a day and say, okay, maybe in the morning do an hour, hour and a half, work on this subject this morning. In the afternoon do an hour, hour and a half. And before you know it, right, you'll be up and you'll be working on things, getting things done, and then you'll be able to schedule other things in your day. Okay, it's kind of the hardest thing. I had a girlfriend in grade 12. I know it's hard to believe, but she said the sort of thing that stuck with me, and I guess this 25 years. She said to me that if you want something done, you give it to a busy person, because that busy person is going to have a schedule. They're going to prioritize. They're going to get things done. When you don't have anything to do, things just sort of put on the back burner, and you don't get things done. So just try to get, try to put a little schedule there together. Mentioned it before. The other big thing is to make sure you communicate with me. If you're struggling, if you're having problems, I'm going to do my best to communicate with you. But there are 200 of you spread across. I'm teaching 8 different courses. It is a little bit of a challenge. I can't just sort of walk in and teach you now, right? I've got to do a little bit more in terms of prep, in terms of getting the lesson there. It is a bit of a challenge to make sure that all 200 of you are doing what you need to do. And so if you're having challenges, you're having problems, you can contact me through Teams. There's a private sort of, so you don't have to post it publicly. You can find me and talk with me personally. If you can't figure out how to do that, just email me, okay? If you can't do that, you know how to do it through Edmodo. I'll still check Edmodo there. You can do it that way, okay? But the key thing is to try to talk to me, okay? Just send me a quick message. Hey, Mr. Fleming, I can't get this done this week, or I need some help. Let me know. I'm flexible. I'm willing to help you. I'm here to help you. That's my job. That's what I want to do, right? I'm all here for you, and so that's my goal. Okay. In the end, let's just make this as best that we can. Okay. Like I said, this is a challenge for everybody, but there's some opportunity here. I'm going to help you out, teach you some lessons. I'm going to always give you a little bit of a, hey, if you want to go on and learn a little bit more, here's some opportunities, because it is a sort of, in some ways it's really restrictive in what we can do. But for other people, there are some opportunities there that can open up. And so I'm always willing there to help you out. If you've got extra questions, you say, hey, Mr. Fleming, could I do something like this? Could you help me out with it? More than likely, I'll do my best. I will always do my best to help you out if I can. I'm not taking any courses at the moment. I finished my last, well, not my last two, but the last two that I was taking, I'm done. I've only got one more. That starts in the middle of May. So I do have a bit more free time, although I am spending a bit of time trying to teach my kids as well. And hopefully that they're learning a few things as well here. All right. So please take care of yourself. Take care of your families. Try to learn, try to follow along with what I'm going to teach you here. Be open with your communication. Let me know if you're having problems. Let me know if you think I could do something better, okay? Give me feedback. That's what I'm here for, okay? Great. I'm going to talk about our specific lessons for each class, but that was my sort of overview there. And let's get going. Hello. And welcome to week 1 here of doing Excel. So we're going to leave Illustrator, we're going to leave Photoshop until we get back. The reason is that I don't know if everyone will be able to install it at home. You can. I'll put up the instructions there if you're interested in installing Photoshop, the Adobe Creative Suite, Illustrator. If you want to learn some more of those things, that would be perfect opportunity for you to do a little bit more on that if you're interested. But we're going to move into back to sort of Jasper Active and looking at Excel, because I'm pretty sure all of us have been able to download Office 365. I've got all your assignments through Teams there, which is great. If not, try to get Office 365 on it. That's your first task for this week if you haven't done that already, and try to make sure that Excel's there. You can do Excel through the online app. It does not have nearly the power that the desktop app does, and unfortunately it won't work with Jasper Active. So if you're having troubles with that, let me know. I will do my best to sort of help you out. If we can't get it to work, we'll work something else out. You'll do the online version or work with Google Sheets or something. But I'd really like you to be able to do this. So we'll do our best to get Office 365 and Excel on your computers. Jasper Active, we've used that before when we did Word. So there's a link in the sort of the assignment sheet there to get you to log in. Hopefully you can remember your login. If you're having troubles, let me know. I might be able to access from the back end. Don't think I can though, so if worse comes to worse, probably create a new account. I have the group key. 4 of you actually did register, because I think back in January we sort of said, okay, let's sort of see how this is. But the key code is there, the group key is there, and you should be able to log in. JJ, Chelsea, Darius, and Asha, you've actually already logged in there, and you can sort of see if you can get started if you want. This week I'm not asking you to get started on those lessons, but obviously if you want to get a head start, and depending on your schedule, feel free, right? I'm not here to stop you from doing things. I'm here to say, hey, take it at this pace, but obviously you can move ahead if you want. One thing that I do want you to do once you've got everything installed and hopefully logged into Jasper Active, is that to watch this video. So there's a link there in the assignment, and there's also a little template that goes along with it to fill it out. It talks a little bit about the history of spreadsheets. And so I've had the fortune of being older and seeing how everything sort of evolved over the years. And it's quite interesting, right? And I always think that being able to look at, how we've really, in this case, 40, 50 years have transpired, and how things have evolved, well, that kind of informs you how things may evolve over the next 40 to 50 years, right? Over your sort of lifetime in terms of technology and so on. So, yeah, it's a good little watch, and it's not too long, 10, 15 minutes or so. And what I'd like to do is sort of pull two things from that sort of struck you as interesting, okay? That sort of say, hey, that's kind of a neat, didn't know that. Put those in. If you want more, go ahead. But yeah, I think you'll find a few little nuggets of information there that are relatively interesting. I'd also like you to think about maybe how you could use Excel, right? So in terms of your life, try to make it a little bit personal. Obviously, you can Google, how would I use Excel or uses for Excel? You might find a few things there. But try to find those ones that are relatively pertinent, that relate to you, right? Just see how those things are. So, like I said, the more the personal connection, the better. And yeah, that's sort of it for the week. So just try to get those things in, like get the Jasper Active and the Excel installed. Those are the big things. If you've got problems, let me know. Watch that video, fill out that template, hand it in, and then we'll be good to go for next week. And next week we'll be, doing that benchmark, which will take, 50 minutes, and then, starting maybe at the first lessons. Obviously, the amount of time that it takes will be dependent, again, on your success on those benchmark things. So it's a little bit hard for me to judge how much you should be doing, and I'm going to leave that a little bit up to you, and give you some ideas. I'm going to work through it myself because I like to learn more about Excel, and so that will give me a bit better of an idea of where you should be and the progress that you should be making. All right, if you've got any questions, please let me know. There's different ways we can communicate here. Most of you have discovered how you can talk to me through Teams, right? Through the chat function. You can do that privately. If you don't know that, remember, you can always email me. My email address, afleming@sd35.bc.ca. Yeah, just let me keep in touch, and I'll do this every week kind of thing, and hopefully make sure that everything's working out okay. All right, good luck with those things, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.